Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to give you insight on the assumptions that they make about you, the person that is on your mind. What is the thing that they accept as true or as certain about you without proof? I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Also, if you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Let's get into your reading. Meditate on the three piles and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This would be 1, 2, and 3. And let's get straight into your reading. Hello, beautiful group 1, and welcome to your reading. What assumptions do they make about you? The person on your mind, or the people that you are specifically thinking about. I will give you insight on the things that they accept as true or certain about you without proof. I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Let's get straight into your reading. Group 1, I can see that your energy is naturally drawn here to the Son of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles is definitely telling me that the assumption that they make about you is that you have your money situation in order and that all is well with you financially and you're straight and you don't need anyone for anything. You can take care of yourself just fine. So let's pull more cards to get even more clarity to find out more. So maybe you're the type that you don't call to borrow money or to ask people for favors too often, and they just know you have your ish together. Let's pull more energy. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 1? And also, these assumptions could be true, but this is information that we are getting from Spirit that they may not have proof of, but yet and still they do assume this about you. And you have here the Knight of Swords, the Game Master. I see a very nice correlation with the Knight of Swords energy and the Son of Pentacles, because the Knight of Swords, this clearly tells me that they see you as someone that has recently had a lifestyle change, a sort of glow up here. They also assume that you are like a fast mover, a fast talker, like you can communicate very well and talk your way out of any situation or talk your way into any opportunity. And you have here the matriarch, which is the Queen of Disc, Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles energy, I can clearly see here that this is a very strong confirmation with the Son of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Son of Pentacles, which is stating that you are a very resourceful person here and that you take care of yours. You take care of your home. The people that you love and that you are close to, well, you have them covered. And anything that you need, it's not about whether or not you can get it. You're very resourceful here. And this is what they do assume about you. Let's pull more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make? And you have here transformation. So with the transformation card, this clearly tells me that they see you as someone, again, who has leveled up, can glow up, can transform like a water into wine, metaphorically. Like you are that person that can take a lemons and turn it into lemonade. You can take a bad situation or what they would consider a bad situation and turn it into a creative challenge here. So they see you as someone that is a very transformative and someone that has transformed their life a lot. I feel as if you have been through some challenges and you have been able to work your way through those challenges from childhood to teen years, all the way through adulthood. So yeah, you see challenges as like very creative. And this is an assumption that they have about you. And again, remember, group 1, these assumptions could be true. But as far as the person on your mind, this is what they are feeling and assuming here. A Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 1? And you have here the Tao Setians, resilient, bold, sassy. Yes, this is a nice correlation here with the Queen of Pentacles energy, where you're very resourceful, you're very resilient, bold. You have been through many things. So they assume that there's nothing that can touch you. You can take anything, and it's hard to hurt you. It's very hard to hurt you. You're not very sensitive here when it comes to other people's opinions about you. And you're very sassy and bold. So yes, that's an assumption that they do make about you. Let's pour more energy. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 1? And you have here the kiss. It is what it says. It says what it is. Group 1. And with the kiss energy, this person assumes that you are a beautiful kisser here, a great lover as well in other areas, if you know what I mean. But yes, they assume that you are a very good kisser. So let's pour more energy. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 1? And you have here the 11th house, the edge. There are 12 houses in astrology, in a birth chart, 12 houses. And the card that is a part of your vibrational frequency is the 11th house right now. And so with the 11th house, they assume you're very edgy. And I can see a strong confirmation here with the Tao Setians here, resilient, bold, and sassy, because that is living on the edge type of energy here. And with the edgy energy here, it also represents like friendships and groups. Like they assume that you are able to, again, move in any area that you want to move in. Communicate with anyone that you want. You connect very well with people, and you're very creative here. You have that festival vibe about yourself. Like you enjoy going to festivals. And so their assumption is that also You are very group oriented. Not that you like to be at festivals all the time, that's not it, but you enjoy that nature, and also that you're very rebellious. Again, a nice confirmation with you, with the information that Spirit gave us moments earlier, that you will not be taking anyone's ish at all. You go where you want to go, do what you want to do, feel how you want to feel, but you're your own person. And that is the assumption that they make about you. Let's pull more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group one, Spirit? And you have here the death card. Look at the very strong confirmation between the death card and the transformation card. It's essentially the same card. You have rebirthed your life, and they see this a beautiful glow up about you, represented here with the death card. The death card is about you coming from something extremely challenging, and for some of you very painful here, and you're able to create something new. Big changes here. You're able to move on from things that were not serving you and go in the direction of big transformation. Able to just take something from nothing and turn it into whatever you want it to be. It's like taking a ball of clay and molding it into your interpretation of whatever is in your imagination. So if you see a bold, beautiful tiger, you can take that clay and mold it into that tiger. And that is what they assume that you have done with your life, and they assume that you currently possess this quality as well, this very strong, high transformation energy here. I love this correlation with the transformation card and the rebirth card here, represented by the death card. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Seven of Cups. Look at the nice correlation between the Seven of Cups and the information that Spirit gave us moments earlier, where Spirit let us know that they assume that you can go and you can be friends with anyone, and it doesn't matter their status. It doesn't matter if they're rich or if they are someone that chooses to live on the streets. You are able to connect. You can walk in any area, any town, East Coast, West Coast, North, South. It doesn't matter. And with the Seven of Cups card here, this is definitely about you having choices. They assume also that when it comes to your romantic life, that you have a choice between your lovers. Like you can pick and choose whatever you want. You can do whatever you want at any time. Travel to wherever you want to go. And this is a nice assumption that they have of you. Able to have any choice. You have choices. They also assume that you have commitment issues as well when it comes to like relationships. Like you can't decide who you would want to be with, and maybe you would be, more free in that area when it comes to a relationship. You don't want to quickly be tied down. No cuffing for you whatsoever. Let's pull more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what do they assume about group one? What assumptions do they make? And you have here the Four of Pentacles. With the Four of Pentacles energy, yes, see, this is a nice confirmation with the Son of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, because they assume that you desire long-term security. You desire making sure that you are taken care of, your family is taken care of as well. And that is your desire here. So they also assume that you want a lot of things. You want a lot of things. And some people call that as being greedy here, but you call it being abundant and being prosperous. And that is exactly what it is. You're not greedy at all. You just like abundance. And abundance and prosperity is in alignment with source energy. But some people don't see it that way. Greed is when you manipulate others to get what you want and you cause hurt and pain upon others. But that is not your intention whatsoever. Your intentions are you are very resourceful and you want to grow and build your life in a high integrity way, and to just again formulate long-term security for you and your family when it comes to your finances. And that is represented as an assumption about your abundant nature and your prosperity mindset here. So group 1, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and make my day. Also, take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. If you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 1, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group 2, and welcome to your reading. What assumptions do they make about you? What ideas are readily accepted by them and that they see as true or certain without proof? Some of these assumptions could be true and some may not be, but nevertheless, I will channel all the energy that Spirit gives to me. I'll give it to you and not leave anything out. Let's get straight into your reading. Group 2, you are naturally energetically magnetized here to the 6 of Wands card. What a lovely blue butterfly here. With the 6 of Wands, this clearly tells me that there is an assumption about you that you are very successful and that there's always victory within your vibrational frequency, like you are a winner. Wherever you go after, you get. And also, you are the bearer of good news. They assume that you don't want to hear too much negativity. You don't like to have negative people around you, negative content, just that overall you want a good vibe. And that is straight off what they assume about you. So let's pour more energy to get even more clarity here. Spirit, what do they assume? What assumptions do they make about group 2, Spirit? And you have here the Sun card. I love this. A strong confirmation here with the 6 of Wands. Because again here, the 6 of Wands here, it represents victory, receiving awards, good news and success. And the Sun card is the biggest success card. A very nice, beautiful confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. With the Sun card, yes, they assume that you definitely enjoy and do have material happiness and that there's always a joyous outcome for you. And again, you are successful. Beautiful here. If anyone does assume anything about you, this is very nice, group 2. Let's pour more energy. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 2, Spirit? And you have here the reptilians. And the reptilians represents a survivor here. Now, so they see you as successful and having a beautiful outcome. But they assume that you have been through something in your life, something quite painful that was very challenging and that definitely transformed you into a survivalist here. Some of you have actually been through something with some sort of predator where someone did take advantage of you and did manipulate you. And I am so sorry for that. But yes, they see you as a survivor and someone that has overcome either a big obstacle or many obstacles here. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make? And you have here the agape energy. Look at the nice confirmation with the survival energy represented by the reptilians and the agape energy here representing able to transform, to glow up, to survive here with the agape energy. Thank you, Spirit. And you're able to see opportunities here. They believe that you do have great insight, not only on the physical, but they assume that you have insight on spirituality as well and things that are unseen. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here Mars, the planet of action. And Mars, it also represents, your strength. And it's about leadership as well and your willpower. They also assume that you should not be effed with whatsoever. Nobody should F with you because there will be a force to reckon with. So they assume that they shouldn't push your buttons too much here, represented with the Mars energy. That you're just not to be played with. But also, they assume that you have a very strong sex drive. Like you're on fleek in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. Group 2, very, very on fleek with that. So that is a very strong assumption there. Represented by Mars, the planet of action, sensuality, strong sex drive. This is their assumption. But they better not mess with you because represents that you're a force that they should not mess with. And they also assume that you work out a lot. I see that some of you do have very nice, strong, healthy, beautiful physiques. So you may not even work out that much, but they do assume that you do. Let's pour more energy here. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Queen of Pentacles. Look at the very nice confirmation that Spirit just gave us back to back after Spirit gave us the information that they do assume that you work out. Look at the card that Spirit allowed us to pull here. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Did I say Queen of Pentacles? I'm still thinking about Pentacles energy. The Queen of Wands, and she is clearly in a position where she's working out in this card here, but specifically here with the Queen of Wands energy, this is very strong, a fire energy as well, and Mars is a hot planet. Thank you, Spirit, for this very beautiful confirmation. The Queen of Wands clearly tells me that they make an assumption that you're very feisty. And that is in correlation with what Spirit just gave us moments ago, that they better not mess with you because you're someone that you don't take that stuff lightly. And they see you as very self-confident, self-assured here. Thank you, Spirit. Let's pour more energy. And you have here the Tower. Look at the Tower energy. I really love how the Tower card laid naturally under the reptilian energy. And the Tower card, because the reptilian energy, it represents you going through something, in your life, some challenges, obstacles you had to face, people you had to deal with. Some of you a predator or a very manipulative, narcissistic type of person that you had to deal with here. And the Tower energy represents that disgrace. And it laid naturally under the reptilian card. Thank you, Spirit, for this very strong confirmation. So they assume that you have been through an upheaval, some sort of disgrace as well. Now remember, group 2, some of these assumptions could be true and some could not be true. But this is just what this person assumes, or the people that you're thinking about. Yes. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what do they assume about group 2? And you have here the Queen of Wands coming out twice, 2 different decks. Queen of Wands here and the Queen of Wands here. So this is a very strong confirmation that they assume you are very feisty, and that you have very strong self-confidence, self-assured. Whatever you want, you'll go towards it. You go do it. It's yours. You want it, you got it. This is what they assume about you. Very strong fire energy. Some of you could actually be a fire sign. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, in your sun, moon, arising, or even in your Venus sign. It could also show up in your Mars sign as well, being that the Mars card did come out here in your reading. Very strong fire energy here. Thank you, Spirit, because you have the Queen of Wands, the Sun, the reptilians, which is a very strong survival energies, fire energy, Tower energy, Queen of Wands here, and the Mars card. Thank you, Spirit, for this very nice confirmation. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 2, Spirit? And you have here defeat, the 5 of Swords. With the 5 of Swords energy, again, this is representing like an abusive relationship, a theft, violence in a relationship here, a relationship dynamic. And they assume that you did deal with something like that. Maybe you posted some information like that on your social media previously or shared that with someone, but they also assume that you have defeated that energy within yourself and that you no longer are controlled by your past and what has happened to you in the past. You have defeated that energy and that past traumatic incident. And that is so wonderful for you, group 2. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 2? And you have here conscious. I can clearly see here that they see you as highly connected to source energy, connected to the inner being within you. You are aligned. They assume that you're very conscious of yourself, your surroundings, people in general, the world, what's going on. Your eyes are wide open, and that they cannot fool you or pull the wool over your eyes or tell you something that is not. Yes, they assume you're highly conscious and that, your third eye is open. They may not say that your third eye is open, but they assume that you can see what is and what is not. Very consciously evolved here. Thank you, Spirit. Group 2, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and make my day. Also, please take one moment to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. If you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 2, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group 3, and welcome to your reading. In this reading, I'm going to give you insight on what assumptions that they make about you. What have they accepted as the truth or that is certain, something that happened? What do they accept about you without proof? Now, group 3, this information could be true or it could not. Again, this is their assumptions about you, the person or people that is on your mind. Let's get straight into your reading. Group 3, you are naturally drawn here to the Daughter of Swords. And this is about your intellect here. And with the Daughter of Swords energy, I can definitely see here that they assume that you have your eyes wide open and that you can see through other people's bullish, like straight off. They don't want to try you, test your patience, or even too much try to pull the wool over your eyes. But it's some people that are closer to you that maybe feel as if they can test you, and it's only because you are a very kind person here. But with the Daughter of Swords energy, this particular person feels as if you can see through the dark, literally. Like you can see when they are trying to hide things from you. Although they may not show you that they assume this about you, but they think that you can literally see through the dark. You can see past their BS. Let's pour more energy to get even more clarity. Spirit, what do they assume about group 3? And you have here the Game Master. This is the Knight of Swords energy. Lots of intellect energy. Lots of energy representing your mind here. Daughter of Swords, and then here the Knight of Swords. See, with the Knight of Swords energy, they assume that you can do things very quickly, okay? That you have a lifestyle change. They're assuming this right now, that your lifestyle has changed. You are the Game Master. You're the master at your life. And when you want to change your lifestyle at any time, you can do that because you walk that walk and you talk that talk. You just have that about you. But this person, they assume that there has been a level up and a glow up for you regarding your lifestyle here. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. And this card wanted to just jump out of the deck. So let's see. It's the Wheel of Fortune. With the Wheel of Fortune energy, I can clearly see here that they see you as someone as having very good fortune. And that even if you take a risk or you're a gambler, you gamble mainly taking risks, that your fortune is very good. You always seem to come out on the side of luck. There's always a turning and a point of luck for you. And this is what they do assume. So let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 3? And you have here compromise. So you see here with the compromise card, they assume that you will not compromise for too many people. But they just assume that. They assume that you won't compromise your livelihood, your mind, body, your spirit for just anybody. You're not going to do that. You're not easily swayed or persuaded. Again, they just can't tell you anything and you will believe them. That is their assumption. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 3, Spirit? And you have here the vegans. Yeah, so with the vegans card here, this is about your solitude, your independence here, and your peace. And I see a very nice confirmation from Source Energy with the compromise card, how you're not willing to compromise your peace of mind and your independence for anyone. And the vegan card is a very strong confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, they assume that you love your solitude. You're very independent here. And peace is the goal for you, first and foremost. I love it. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Ace of Cups. And with the Ace of Cups energy, they assume that you are in a new relationship and that you are headed for marriage. With the Ace of Cups energy here. And they also feel as if you will have a new baby represented here with the Ace of Cups. Yes. So they're making assumptions about your relationship status, that you're in a new relationship. For some of you, you will have a new baby. And for some of you, they assume that someone has proposed to you as well. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 3, Spirit? And you have here the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles card, this is about your physical abundance here. And this is about you being the master of, like, whatever it is that you do, the master of your craft. So they assume that you are the master of your craft and that you do enjoy your work, your employment, your daily, creativity. You enjoy it. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumptions do they make about group 3? What assumptions, Spirit? And you have here the Maiden. I love this because this is a very strong confirmation with them seeing you as being married or being proposed to as well. And for some of you having a baby, that is exactly what the Maiden card represents. She is very content here in her relationship. She's very nurturing to her partner here and to her family. And if she has children, she takes care of her children very well. And this is a big assumption that they have of you. Let's pour more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what assumption do they make about group 3? And you have here the Four of Cups, luxury. So with the Four of Cups energy, I can clearly see here that they feel as if you have a very luxurious lifestyle. And not only luxurious, that your wishes, your dreams do come true. Whatever you want, you do get it. The Four of Cups card tells me that the Four of Cups card also tells me that, and is a great confirmation with the Vegans card representing your desire for solitude here, representing your need for rest and treating as well. It also represents like a surprise gift. Like they assume that someone is either surprising you with gifts or you are surprising someone else with gifts. Like a reciprocity exchange of the gift giving here. That is their assumption. Thank you, Spirit. Let's pull more energy. Spirit, what is their assumption of group 3? And you have here the 11th house, the edge. With the 11th house, this is quite interesting because the 11th house, it does represent like relationships and friendships, community as well. It represents you having a tribe that supports you and working with people that have a common goal. And so they assume that you collaborate, a lot, quite often with other people. But also the 11th house represents them assuming that you have a rebellious nature, that there's something very rebellious about you here. But although you're very friendly, you're friendly and you can work with other people, but you're a rebel as well. Quite interesting, very intriguing here, your energy and their assumptions surrounding you. So group 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart. Also, please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. If you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 3, I am sending you lots of love and good energy.